Okay, this is Bank of America by Rachel, Isaac, Miranda, Rad, Caleb, and Nicholas. You want to skip it so I can. Okay, Bank of America was first founded in 1904 in San Francisco, California by Emilio Gianni. It was originally known as Bank of Italy and is the second largest bank in the nation and eighth largest in the world. In 1983, Bank of America finally began expanding to other states, and now today is known as 66 million customers with 4,800 branches in over 22 states.
Okay, so environmental analysis, this just basically means there are outside forces that Bank of America deals with that kind of control their marketing strategies, and these forces fall under a few categories. Economically, Bank of America has faced global crises that either hurt them or actually benefited them. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic, where we hit depression lows, there are actually some positives that came out of this for the Bank of America. They promised not to lay off any of their employees. Rather, over 70% of their employees worked from home, and they actually gained some employees. They gave out billions of dollars in loans for small businesses as well as large corporations, and the fees that they got from those loans, actually, they donated to charitable organizations. They also worked with the government to hand out our stimulus checks. So as far as marketing goes, they definitely let it known that they are a super dependable bank. Technologically, through the past few decades, banking is beginning to move online, just like everything else. So they had to adapt by creating online software like their mobile app, such as the Bank of America app, which is called Cash Pro. They also had Zelle, where you can transfer money to friends and other users. Their website is super in-depth and informational because that's where people go these days, and that's what they use. Competition-wise, Bank of America has some major competitors like JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, and Wells Fargo, etc. Just like all their competitors, they're forced to move online because that's just the way the world's moving. Bank of America is forced to compete to have the best, most secure, easiest online banking and apps. That's how they're going to gain the most of their customers now. And one of their big marketing strategies is to stay connected with their customers daily, which is a big marketing strategy of theirs. There's also a rise in consumer-friendly payment options. For example, Apple and Google and even Starbucks have their own loyalty cards now that act as debit or credit cards. So that's also drawing customers away from big banks, so they have to keep up with them. As far as global markets, Bank of America is not just set in America. They have clients in about 35 different countries, so they have to adapt to international headquarters, employees, and just be able to adapt to a country's cultural ways. And lastly, socioculturally, the biggest thing here is we're all moving online, so having your phone in your hand at all times is the new normal. You could say if it's a part of our culture now, so this goes hand in hand with technology. Having a banking app for cellular devices is key to staying afloat for banks and keeping up with the fast-paced world.
The current marketing plan for Bank of America is, first off, the customer comes first. So whenever the customer needs anything, the Bank of America is not wants to do that really bad. And the head of marketing, Meredith Verdone, says that they're working as hard as they can to provide constant support for customers because that's their number one motto for the bank. And with this plan, they're trying to accomplish what other banks can't do, which is provide constant support for customers with their digital banking. So on October 5th, 2020, the Bank of America launched Life Plan, which is an app within their phone where it helps you track short and long-term goals. And with this, it's very important because not many other apps do this and not many other banks do this. And it really helps the clients there because obviously it tracks their short and long-term goals, which is what you want, and it tells you how you can accomplish those goals. With their competitors, like Rachel said, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, HSBC, are like very big. And obviously they're doing the same thing as Bank of America, but they don't have the same app as they do, which is Lifetime. So it's pretty good. And what makes them so successful is that like the customer always comes first, and so the customers never have to worry about like having to wait a couple of days for responses from the bank. So it's always just right away. So that's the current marketing plan for Bank of America.
So Bank of America offers many products such as customer banking, global wealth, securities management, legacy assets servicing, financing, insurance, investment banking, mortgaging of loans, private banking, credit cards, and many more. Bank of America is also a part of the Global ATM Alliance, which means the users of the ATM, Bank of America, they don't have to pay any service fee, which is huge. I know a lot of banks and a lot of people that hate the service fee at ATMs. For the place, Bank of America is worldwide, is global. They set up tablets at their locations to make banking services simple. It also has video conferencing to connect with professionals in minutes. This video conferencing took off during COVID-19. You can imagine why. And because of that, Bank of America adapted very easily into the COVID way of business. And Bank of America has 350,000 business customers who account for $200 billion of outstanding loans. Promotion-wise, Bank of America is very subtle with their advertisements such as TV and social media, but it more focuses on bonuses as a method to promote, which range from anywhere to $100 to $2,000 of bonuses to clients. They also can be non-monetary, so like museum tickets, concert tickets, software for your computer. And Bank of America, by doing this, is trying to appeal to human emotion by their campaign on how is it better if we stay connected to each other. And it also has a cashback module in place for purchase at the grocery store. So if you buy eggs, you get a certain amount of cash back. And finally, for Bank of America's price, Bank of America's interest rates and prices are competitive with other banks that my group members have mentioned, like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup. And they have some of the lowest rates compared to those banks, JP Morgan being at the top of the bank tier list and in tight competition with Bank of America. And the interest rates are offered as close to the market leader, which is JP Morgan.
So the SWOT analysis, including the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's clearly a high valued company. It's been around for over 100 years. There's strong customer loyalty, as my classmates have been saying. Also, there's a very strong international presence. I think, like Rachel or Isaac said, there's companies all throughout the world, and I think that there's about 35 countries throughout Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacifica, and North and South America that have Bank of America social or economic operations going on there. Due to that, there's a variety of services. They have a lot of philanthropical operations in less developed countries to help that local economy and community flourish, which is very cool. Weaknesses, in an ever-growing online world, they're becoming very dependent on IT, so technological services. A lot of their revenue is donated in the US, which can cause problems for the longevity and success of the international programs. and that also creates risk exposure to less successful endeavors. Opportunities that Bank of America has already been successful in, but continue to be successful in, is growing the market globally. I don't see them stopping expansion throughout the world anytime soon, and they've done a lot of good for the countries that they have helped. Along with that, new products and new services equals more growth. So the more services and products that they come up with and share with the services and operations that they have worldwide will only help grow the business. And then also through that, the new businesses throughout the world just diversify the country or the company even more. The biggest threats would be the competition of larger financial services, like Rachel and everyone else has been saying, JP Morgan and Citibank or Citigroup, Wells Fargo and things like that are big names that also have a lot of customer loyalty, and the threat is always there. Cybersecurity and cryptocurrency issues are also a big thing in this new era of cryptocurrencies. Stuff like Bitcoin have definitely made it harder for like real banks to have customers and have loyalty in customers, and that's just also cybersecurity issues. As more people get comfortable with tech, it's going to be easier to find the loopholes, and they're going to need to find better cybersecurity techs to make sure that their programs are solid.
The case study analysis, Bank of America's largest competitor is JP Morgan Chase. By total assets, they're the largest bank in the United States. The biggest difference between the two companies is JP Morgan Chase offers a large range of options, while Bank of America has better rates on its accounts. One of the options JP Morgan Chase offers is a preferred rewards program. This program gives customers unique rewards like ATM fee rebates, free stock trades, and higher interest rates on bank accounts. For the marketing strategy, according to JP Morgan Chase's new CMO, Kristen Lemieux, their focus is on social media marketing because they have lacked in this category in the past. JP Morgan Chase is one of the 5 banks to have $1 billion marketing budget, but in the past year, they have cut advertising and marketing by 32%. However, JP Morgan Chase is going to ramp up its marketing advertising in 2021 as the economy recovers from COVID-19.